or comment. You can go ahead and type your questions into the question window of the GoToWebinar panel. We will be having a Q&A session at the end of today's webinar, so you can ask questions to our presenters directly, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. But again, the phone lines have been muted, and in the case that you do want to participate in the Q&A session later on, please enter your audio PIN. You would have gotten an access code as well as an audio PIN given to you on the GoToWebinar panel. Please enter the audio PIN so we can unmute your phones, or if you're using a computer with a microphone, we can unmute that so you can ask your questions directly. My name is Dickinson Marin. I am a Customer Success Manager here at QQSolutions, and we are extremely excited to present to you not only one of our marketplace partners, but a leader in technology, especially when it comes to integration with Catalyst. We have two blue-eye developers that have developed the Insurance Agent mobile application, Kiki Johnson as well as Matt Aaron. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Matt for him to show you some exciting features available to our QQCatalyst subscribers. Matt, take it away.
Thank you, Dickinson, and thank you all for joining us today for what is truly a momentous occasion for QQCatalyst customers and independent insurance agencies everywhere. The synergy created by our two companies has led to a breakthrough for your agency that can't be overstated, and we're sure that you're going to be amazed as we quickly move through this presentation in about 20 minutes. Here are the key takeaways from today's session. Our companies partner all the time, so we'll answer why the synergy created by QQCatalyst and the Insurance Agent mobile application is so unique. A breakthrough on the mobile platform that impacts your agency is something you have to pay attention to, especially if it has great benefits for your agency. So we'll show you how the synergy benefits your agency. And the last key takeaway is this. When it comes to mobile, when is now? Because it's never been more important than now to engage your customers on the mobile platform. So, what's so unique about the synergy of Catalyst and the Insurance Agent mobile application? Well, since you're already a QQCatalyst customer, you know how great their product is, but they're also extremely forward-thinking. They partner with cutting-edge companies like ours to deliver world-class, enterprise-level products that can help you grow your business. The breakthrough integration of Catalyst and the Insurance Agent mobile application means that your clients' home and auto policies sync automatically on your agency-branded mobile application. And that includes all coverages and sub-policies, as well as auto and proof of insurance ID card. Now, hopefully that's a big wow factor for everybody on the telephone. Usually it is, and we'll show you what that looks like in a moment. That integration breakthrough matters because of what's happening in the mobile arena. And I'd like to lay out a couple of important mobile stats for you. Did you know that up to 75% of your customers are already using a smartphone? And that figure is only growing by about 30% every 6 months. Or that 2/3 of smartphone users are in their mid-20s to mid-40s, and that's usually the sweet spot of where you're trying to grow your customer base. But what's really important is that when people use their smartphones, 80% of the time is spent using an app. And the type of apps more and more people are using are productivity and utility apps. In fact, there was a 149% increase in utility app use from 2012 to 2013. So when you look at these mobile stats, it's critical to be present for your clients on the mobile platform and be present for them in a way with an enterprise quality mobile application like Insurance Agent that puts your agency in a position to compete with and against all of those TV commercials, which I've talked with a lot of you about, and I know you're seeing them because so are your customers. And it's important that you can compete so that you can engage and connect with your clients in a meaningful way before, during, and after events happen by delivering new benefits and services that are available only on your agency-branded mobile application. And that, in turn, contributes to client retention and referrals and the rounding, the upsell and cross-sell of policies that every agent wants to increase. What I'm going to ask you to do right now is ask you to wear first one hat and then another hat. The first hat is your insured hat, your policyholder hat. And while you're wearing it, I'm going to ask you to look at the iPhone on the left. And that iPhone is a live iPhone. so my apologies in advance if a call comes in or a text message, but it's the best way to demonstrate the features and benefits of the Insurance Agent mobile application. The icon on the bottom row there is labeled I for insurance for a reason. It's so that your clients can find your agency-branded application in a pinch. So I'm going to tap on that I, and you'll notice that it loads the branding for the agency that we've created for today's presentation. It's really just a little bit of artwork with Insurance Agent and QQCatalyst, and we've named it the Acme Insurance Agency. My apologies if anybody happens to have the name of Acme out in the marketplace. But for those of you who have an iPhone, you'll notice that this has a very native feel to the iPhone. The tabs are laid out across the bottom. Those of you who have an Android device, the tabs are laid out across the top. So as we're on the Agent tab, I'm going to scroll very gently so that all of you can see that all of the relevant information that you would expect on the Agent contact page is there. And since we're moving through this quickly, I'll just point out that the claims and billing numbers for only the carriers that your agency represents are loaded in there so that people can pay their bills through the application. And the referral element is to send app to a friend. The Property tab that I'm going to click on next is data that comes directly in from QQCatalyst. In this particular case, this customer has one dwelling at 184 South Hampshire Boulevard, and I'm going to tap on the policy buttons now and show you that there is one policy associated with that dwelling, that home, and as I tap on the Homeowners tab, you'll see the data that is loaded into this house. We've named it Carrier 1 because this is not a real customer. We're not playing with somebody's data, but it is data that's actually coming out of Catalyst. So all of the coverage is there, and if there were coverages all the way down through F deductible and wind deductible, those would be included too. But this is real-time data that's flowing out directly from Catalyst. And if they had other properties, maybe a rental property, if there were dwelling fire or other policies, those would also flow into and underneath the respective properties. The other feature that we built into the Property tab is the inventory component. And we did that because we know that nobody does an inventory. And they don't do it because it's never been easy to do. So we took that task to heart and wanted to make a difficult task easy. And it is as simple as pressing the plus item button in the top right corner of the screen, taking a photo, and in this case, this is the laptop that I'm working off doing this presentation. I will use that photo, and if I wanted to, I could take 2 more photos of the item, but for now, we'll just take 1, and all I have to do is name that item. If I wanted to assign what room it was in or what category it falls under, I could also do that, and any of the other information that someone might put in, they can, but it's not necessary. But once I save that item is stored remotely in the cloud with Amazon Web Services, and now the user has the ability to either share that report with themselves and or share the report with their agent. So I'm going to tap that Share Report with Agent button, and I'll show you where that report resides momentarily. An email has also been sent to the administrator of the application, letting them know that one of their insureds, one of their policyholders, has shared a report with them. Next, I'm going to tap on the Auto tab. And here, our user has one vehicle loaded in. And I'm going to tap on the policy information and scroll the phone all the way down to the data that is loaded. And this is real data coming out of the QQCatalyst system, including the VIN number, the company, the policy number, the effective and expiration date for the policy.
The only thing that was added was the license plate number and the state that we had in the policy.
The really slick feature of the Auto is the Proof of Insurance ID. I'm going to tap on this now, and I'm going to rotate the phone and show you the ID card as loaded in. And hopefully all of you can see that clearly. I know sometimes there's a delay on the screen, so I'll leave this up there for a moment. And I'll rotate the phone back. And we'll keep going. Next, I'm going to tap on the Accident tab. And this is really a mobile claims kit laid out very simply but really laid out so that if someone is in an accident, it's laid out as simple as 1, 2, 3 as to what they should do. They can geolocate a tow truck if necessary. They can quickly find out where they are if they're in a minor fender bender and need to be picked up. Right now we are in Charlotte, North Carolina. And if someone does need to fill out a report, it is as simple as creating an accident report, and you'll notice that the location and accident time automatically load into those fields. And we take the users through in a very deliberate way, encouraging them to take pictures or to say what happened. Users do not have to type what happened in the notes section, period. And once a report is saved, and you'll notice that the user can select which of their vehicles was in the accident, or if other vehicles are involved, we encourage, again, the user to take multiple pictures at the scene, try to take an image of the other driver's proof of insurance, and at the very least take an image of their license plate. And again, the notes section can be used to say what happened at the accident scene. And once that report is completed and done, that report can be shared with oneself, an email to oneself in a PDF form, and or shared with an agent. I'm going to tap Share Report with Agent, and I'll show you where that report resides momentarily. That's a quick tour of the mobile side of the insurance agent product. And now what I would like to do is just move the mobile device over.
Just say you can quickly see how it's personalized with each touch by your customer and your client. It becomes more and more personalized by them and connects them more strongly with your agency and all the connections to you.
We are at the dashboard now that administers the mobile application on the left side of the screen. I'm going to sign in there. And here is the dashboard for what we call the Acme Insurance Agency. And you'll notice there are 7 or 8 tabs laid out across the top. Right now I'm on the Profile tab, and this is where an agency would load up their relevant contact information, and that image can be changed out on the fly as often as an agency would like. If they have a seasonal logo that they use, they can include that in that spot. And all of the relevant links to your agency are listed on the left. And just so that you know, additional social links are being added as we speak, and they should be online within the next couple of weeks. The Customer tab is where all of your customer data loads in from QQCatalyst. I'll show you how that happens momentarily. But once the customer is loaded into the customer field, we automatically generate and send out an email invitation to that customer inviting them to download your agency-branded mobile application. Once that user has installed the application, you'll know that they've installed it because a green check mark shows up next to their name. If a red X happens to show up next to that client, you'll know that that email was not received by your client for one reason or another. It could be just as simple as a misspelling or a comma where a period should be in the email address. Reports are shared underneath the customer's records. Reports can be accessed by drilling down on the customer. Here's that home inventory report that we just shared, and it's a very limited inventory of just a couple of items. But as many items as someone wants to add, we can handle as many items as they want to put in. So very simply laid out, but this report can be pulled into the agency management system. The image of the auto is self-generated by the user, and once they take that photo of their vehicle, that photo loads into your dashboard if you need proof that the vehicle exists or just want to make sure that the vehicle is real. The accident reports are also shared underneath each customer record. In this particular case, here's the accident report that I just shared. And it comes in very similar to the home inventory as a PDF. And again, this can be downloaded into an agency management system so that it can be forwarded on to either carrier claims or whatever the workflow is for your agency. We can work with it. That's a quick tour of the Customer tab. Next, I'm going to tap on the Notifications tab, and this has proven to be a very powerful feature that even we underestimated for agencies like yours.
What Matt's going to do is he's going to show you how you can type in a very short message. This is a test, and we really encourage you to use this tool here to engage with your customers and send those really important once-a-month relevant information about weather or events that might have happened. And we've built in the calls to action. You can have them call you, visit you, or email you. But the other important thing that these notifications do for you is they engage your customer with the app. So if you send one notification once a month, that means 12 times a year you're reminding customers that they have the app and how to use it and engage with you. And you can see instantaneously it showed up, and that's how, if the app is open, it shows up inside the app. Or if, as a regular push notification, if the app is closed, it will come in as a badge or a bar at the top, however someone has their notifications set up.
Right. I'm going to go quickly across these other tabs. Agents is where an agency would invite agents to be a part of the product, if you will, so that they can have their own limited dashboard. The carrier tab is where an agency selects out of our database of 800 carriers which carriers they represent. If you happen to represent a carrier that we don't have in our database, we get it in within the day. The billing is whichever plan an agency has selected, and we'll refer to pricing momentarily in this presentation, so I don't want to cover it now. And the referral tab is where those who have referred the application to somebody, and if the user installs the application to whom it was referred, that information shows up right here, and you can drill down on that and treat that as either a soft lead or hard lead, depending on how your agency treats leads like that. The last tab I want to tap on is the most important tab, and that's why we're all here on this call. This is the Agency System tab, and this is where you would first load in your data from QQCatalyst. It is as simple as tapping this button, the blue button that says Load from QQCatalyst. We then take you to QQCatalyst, where you would input your own credentials, your username and password. Once those credentials are verified, you come back to this page, and that integration begins. We cycle that integration through at least once a day, usually overnight, but you can also cycle that through manually if you needed to, and we update only those records that have been changed in the last, since the last update. So that's a quick tour of the web dashboard and the mobile application. What I'd like to do right now is take you back into the presentation that we were working on and show you how easy it is to get started and sign up with the Insurance Agent mobile application. It is as simple as going to our website at goinsuranceagent.com, tapping the sign up button, and once the administrator inputs their credentials, they select their billing plan, they set up their agency profile, and they can skip steps 3, 4, and 5, and those are steps inviting your agent, adding your carriers, and inviting your customers. And in your particular case, since you're integrated with QQ, you would most likely be inviting customers or prospects one by one, or inputting them into the Catalyst system so that they could be pulled over daily, and an invitation would go out to them that way. And I mentioned the invitation. We generate the invitation for agencies because we recognize you have a lot to do every day. So this is an example of what the invitation looks like, giving your customers reasons why they should install your agency's mobile application and how they can do so from Apple's App Store or Google's Play Store.
Personalized to your agency.
The pricing, because I'm sure everybody in this call wants to see what the pricing is. Right now we have 4 pricing plans. We have not changed these pricing plans to accommodate the integration with QQ. So this is there's no upcharge there. So you guys, we hope you think that you're getting a heck of a deal here, because you are. But the way it works is that there is a one-time branding and license fee, and that is paid at the time of sign-up. And the hosting and maintenance fee is applied 1 year from that date of sign-up, not at sign-up. So, and the 4 plans are based on the size of an agency, based on the number of employees, not the number of customers. The promotion that we have in place for you all, as I try to wrap up in 20 minutes, we're putting in place a 15% discount for all QQCatalyst clients if you sign up by next Friday, April 11th. And all of that pricing is on our webpage at goinsuranceagent.com, so you can access that at any time. But we'd like to wrap up by saying this to you.
Just the synergy of all of this is that in addition to all the basic great app features are there, that you guys with delivering policy information means that your agency app is personalized to your customers the moment they download the app. Nothing else offers better, deeper, or more relevant engagement and connection with your customers because it's immediately something from you with their information already on it. It's a breakthrough situation because it's not available, elsewhere. You can distinguish and distance yourself from your competition with something no one else is offering. And no other app has so many agency-focused features that help you grow and strengthen your business, and so many customer-centric features to deepen your relationship with your customers. And finally, just mobile is here. There is definitely a need to mobilize. It's actually 7 years into the mobile revolution, and you guys have the unique opportunity, because of the forward-thinkingness of QQ, to immediately move to the head of the pack with a mobile application. So get started today, and your customers that you have now and your future customers are already ready for it. They are mobile.
And on that note, Dickinson, I think we came in right at about 20 minutes as requested. Everybody can access our website and a particular page that we've set up for QQ customers by going to goinsuranceagent.com/QQ. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you and invite anybody and all to ask questions, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Matt and Kiki. We do have some questions that have been put into the question window here for you guys to address, and as well for all of our agents who are on hold here. If you have a question that you would like to ask Matt or Kiki, you can go ahead and type the question into the question window of the GoToWebinar panel, or if you prefer to ask your question verbally, you can just click on the Raise Your Hand tool. I'll be happy to unmute your phones, and you can ask your questions verbally. Matt, one of the questions I have here is it just for personal lines clients? Is the app only available to the personal lines clients, or is it also available to commercial clients?
It's available to all clients. That's the blanket statement. It is certainly appropriate for more small commercial accounts, and we do recognize that there really are cases that can be made for a separate commercial line mobile application. We're not there yet, but there are. The way we look at it is that all customers, you can sell across lines and across policies, so that's what we encourage agencies to do with the application.
Yeah, we've used the terms property and whatnot throughout the app. So for small commercial clients, they're using it for their fleets. They're making sure any drivers that they have out with fleets have the app on their phone in case of accidents. Small businesses that may not have a need for a large inventory, the ability to do an inventory of their space and their business. So yes, there are lots of applications on the commercial side.
Okay, I have another question that says logos. Can we use our logos instead of a QQ and Big I on the main page?
Oh, sure. That's I just put that there for demonstration purposes. All of that real estate on the mobile device is there, and I'll get it up for you. All of this real estate that you see is reserved for the agency's branding. So whatever they choose to put in there for their branding, for whatever image, they can put that in that space.
Okay, looks like we have Eric. Eric, go ahead. The phone has been unmuted. You can ask a question first.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can.
All right, the question regards the insurance ID card. Now, if the insured has this app, they go on there, they see the ID card on their phone. You know, all the calls we get, the people are at the inspection station or they're, wherever they need it now. How is there some way that this program is integrated that they can either email that ID card to themselves or to somebody else, or instead of just being able to view it on the phone? Because a lot of times somebody's going to need a hard copy of it for proof.
Haven't been asked that question before, Eric. They could take a screenshot of that and forward it to themselves electronically, for sure. There are other ways, certainly from the agency to the insured, emailing it in that way. We haven't come across a use case yet where someone has to get it off the phone into their hands physically for somebody as opposed to displaying it to them. I'd like to talk more with you about it. If you have something specific as to how that happened, I'd love to talk with you more about that.
Okay. We have another question that says, is the price structure based on total heads in the office or agents? We do have some folks not engaged in sales or customer service.
Right, and I think it really comes down to, for us, the size of the business. So where there are X number of employees, that's what we base it off. We're not trying to drill down on the number of customers and base it on a per customer price. It really just seems to be the simplest way to approach it. And we understand that one agency may have X number of employees and only one or two focus on personal lines. It also relates to the ability of what the value is to the agency in general.
It is a little bit of the number of customers, but if they've got just someone who's not working at all directly, we have a number of emails that are available per price plan. So it's people, I guess, actively engaged in the business.
Okay, we have a question. Can you repeat the pricing offer through next week again, and can you also show the pricing slide that you had on for the special pricing for our current Catalyst customers?
Sure. Can that be seen, Dickinson? I just want to make sure everybody can see it. Good. No, this is call it the rack rate pricing that is on our website under the pricing tab. And what is in place from now through next Friday is a 15% discount for QQCatalyst clients. There'll be an email that will be sent out after this webinar that will contain a promo code. If you utilize that promo code, just after you pick your plan, there's a box below that says promo code. You'd enter your promo code there. It'll be activated, and you'll pay 15% less if you sign up by next Friday.
But we have not added an add-on fee for the integration at this time.
Okay. Another question says, I understand the 15% discount on the setup fee, but does that pertain on the yearly fee due 12 months later?
Great question. It does not apply to the hosting or maintenance fee.
Okay, so it's going to be 15% off of the setup fee. Another question says the ongoing price is a one-time fee, then at renewal, nothing monthly, correct?
That's correct. There are no add-on fees. This is not a per-user fee, the way I know a lot of other systems may calculate their pricing. This really is an agency fee, if you will, not a per agent, not a per CSR fee.
Okay. Again, if you have any questions on anything that Matt or Kiki discussed with you today, we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. You can go ahead and type your questions into the question window of the GoToWebinar panel, or if you prefer to ask a question verbally, you can click on the Raise Your Hand tool. We'll be happy to unmute your phones to ask your questions verbally. If you don't have any questions for us, Matt and Kiki, they will be putting up that slide again for the information to go directly to their website. If you'd like to sign up, you can go directly to their website to do that, and don't forget to enter the promo code that's going to be coming to you via email for you to get a 15% discount on the setup fee. Question concerning Plan A, is it for 2 to 6 employees?
Let me go
1
back
to
to 2.
Plan A is 1 to 2.
Plan is really 1 to 2. It's 2 and under, and 7 and under, 15 and under, and then greater than 15.
Okay. And I got a request to email a copy of the webinar. Yes, we can email a copy of the webinar to you. If you need us to email a copy, you can go ahead and type in your email address for us in the chat window. Just make sure you put in the chat window there, or organizer or presenter only, or you can put it in the question window. I'll be happy to email you a copy of today's webinar. All right, we're going to be standing by to answer any additional questions you have. For those of you without any questions, we thank you very much for joining us for today's webinar. And again, go ahead and look out for your email. We're going to be sending an email out with the promo code for you to be able to get a 15% discount signing up for the Go Insurance app. You've already seen what value-added services it can add with the integration with Catalyst. We'll be happy to answer any additional questions you guys have at this time, but if you don't have any additional questions, thank you again for joining us, and we hope to see you in one of our other trainings or webinars. I have a question that says, if a customer takes a photo of an accident through the mobile app, how does it upload to QQCatalyst?
We do not upload to QQCatalyst. What happens to that image is that when the report is shared, it resides on the agency's dashboard, and the agency has the ability at that point to download it into Catalyst, the PDF format. We do not write any data back to QQCatalyst. We want that to be the system of record, and for now we're keeping it one way, if you will, that the data comes out of QQ into our product, but not the other way.
Okay. I have a question concerning if we're going to be doing this webinar again. We do have another one scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern Time today. I can register you if you're interested. I can register you for that webinar. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific Time today. I'll go ahead and, if you'd like to, I'll register you for that. Let's see, going through the rest of the questions here. How do you know that someone sent you something? So if the customer does upload photos, how does the agency know?
Sure. If a report has been shared, whether it's a home inventory report, property inventory, or an accident report, the administrator receives an email alerting them to the fact that a report has been shared. If there is an agent also assigned to that account, the agent will also receive an email. So there is notification there, but it's only if a client or policyholder shares that report with the agency.
All right, for those of you that did send the request to get a copy of today's webinar, I will be sending you a copy of that. It's going to take about 30 minutes for the video to be rendered by Citrix. As soon as that gets done, I'll go ahead and email that to you. And for those of you that did request to be registered for the afternoon session, I'll do that for you as well. We'll be standing by to answer any additional questions you have. But if you don't have any questions, again, I do recommend that you go over to the Go Insurance website. And don't forget to check out your email for the promo code in order to get your 15% discount on the setup fee. We thank you very much for joining today, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much, Dickinson. Have a great day, and a great day to everybody else on the call. Thank you.
You too, Matt. Thank you.
Bye-bye.